rainy outside, as you guys mentioned. Things so far today have been pretty quiet. We had a little bit of rainfall earlier this morning, mostly for areas north of 74 and even some parts of Butler County seeing a little bit of that shower activity early on this morning. Since then, it's been quiet outside. This is the driest part of the day. Eventually, we're going to start to see more rain and thunderstorms sparking here this afternoon as a cold front tries to make its way into greater Cincinnati. So if you've got things to get done, still want to get that grass cut before we're heading into several days of rain chances, this is the best time to do so. This is your window, because once we get into this afternoon, thunderstorms start to roll back in. Not everybody's going to see that thunderstorm activity this afternoon or even this evening, but tomorrow, rain chances are looking very likely. At some point, everybody's going to end up seeing rain, heavy rain at times, even that chance for some storms. So I'll show you those impacts that we feel and how the rest of the weekend is looking coming up. Stephen?
Allison, thank you. Breaking now at noon, the Supreme Court.
12 days, rain is going to be around some days more often than not. Starting today, we've got that chance as we head into this afternoon. I'll show you how that's going to look on futurecasts, plus the soggy weather headed our way for Friday coming up. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. Additional rain headed our way tomorrow. We've got the potential for a stronger storm out there today. I'll show you those impacts as well as the heavy rain that we're looking at for the rest of the weekend coming up. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. A cold front starts to move in here, so that front's going to drape in. That's going to allow for some showers and thunderstorms to develop here this afternoon through this evening. Today's our first of 4 weather impact days, so that timeline for thunderstorms just kind of amplifies tomorrow, with rain and storms looking likely throughout the day. Heavy rain still looks to be our greatest concern as we head into this upcoming weekend. However, today we could still see a stronger thunderstorm moving through, so an isolated storm with some gusty winds can't be totally ruled out today. For your Friday, I think that heavy rain threat is going to be the most prominent thing that's going to have an impact on everything, especially as we get into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and that's going to last into Saturday early on in the morning. It does look like we start to see more scattered activity throughout the day on Saturday, which is good, but Saturday morning I still expect to see at least some rainfall, some downpours around the area. Some lightning is a possibility as well. Then into Saturday afternoon, still looking scattered. Sunday, scattered as well. So rain chances, they are here to stay for the weekend. You will get some dry pockets in there, but for the most part, I think we're just going to be dodging the showers and storms for a lot of this weekend. All right, so through the rest of this afternoon, here are some of those thunderstorms. I think after 4 o'clock is our greatest potential for rain and storms in the area. This is going to be something that could all involve some lightning. So if you had any games or practices happening today, I would plan on the potential for at least a delay, possibly cancellation with that. Then tomorrow morning, we'll still see some activity around the area. I do think there's going to be a wave. There is potential, at least, for a wave of rain that's widespread and potentially a little bit more moderate or heavy in the morning tomorrow. But as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening, we start to see those heavy rounds of rain moving into greater Cincinnati. Notice how widespread they are. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So yes, at times we get some dry pockets in there tomorrow, but more often than not, it's going to be raining. Tomorrow's our most impacted day from the wet weather, for sure. Then as we get into Friday night, Saturday morning, we'll start to see some of the rain trying to break up a little bit, but it's still around early on Saturday morning. And then after that, we'll start to see more scattered activity throughout the afternoon. And then Sunday too. It kind of starts to wrap up on Sunday, but then we trade all the rainy weather for the intense summertime heat that we have so far been able to dodge this summer. So it really starts to heat up heading into next week. Those rainfall totals still looking to be around 1 to 3. Not entirely ruled out that some spots could see closer to 3 or more inches of rainfall. That's going to be more isolated and localized cases, but I still think about 1 to 3 on average rainfall totals is looking pretty likely for a lot of us. It's 75 now in Cincinnati. You can already feel that humidity increasing out there. That trend will continue throughout the rest of the weekend, and then that's going to last into next week as well, with temperatures starting to reach into the upper 80s beginning on Monday, 90s Tuesday, Wednesday as well. If we get to 90 on Tuesday, that ends up being our first 90-degree day of the year. Not the latest ever that we've hit 90 degrees, but still pretty late for us. Typically, we would see it by now. All right, so for tomorrow, or for today rather, temperatures topping out around 84, and then upper 70s tomorrow with that rain around for most of the day. Guys?
Allison, thank you. A top 40